It is so good to have you aboard with me. My name is Mr. Gravy and welcome back to the channel. And today we are doing another card review, this time of the Shohei Ohtani. This card cost me quite a few stubs. I'd say around 400,000 stubs, and I didn't spend a single penny on exchanges either. So this is a card that is very expensive. We're gonna find out today, is he worth it? Is Shohei Ohtani worth it? We'll have gameplay footage at the end of the video if you just want to skip to that. You can always see these cards featured live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGravy, 2 A's in gravy. Always a good time. We have a lot of fun. We talk baseball. We do a lot of stuff. So if you ever want to see these cards live and actually see how they play with my thoughts during the gameplay, definitely make sure you check out the channel. Is this card worth it? Is he good enough? Let's find out. Let's get right into it. First thing we have to talk about when we talk about getting Ohtani is what it actually takes to get him. You have to collect 46 of these home run derby or all-star game cards. There is an all-star game program coming out the day this video comes out, which is on the 15th. Good chance that you'll have more opportunities to get them for a little bit cheaper, but you need at least 46 cards to collect Shohei Ohtani. Along the way, you'll get Ryan Sandberg, Prince Fielder, and of course finally at the end, Shohei. Here's how this is going to break down. You can skip at this moment up to 2 cards. So in my case, I skipped Freddie Peralta and I skipped Yoenis Cespedes. I didn't finish the Moonshine event. Saves me 115k here, and this one saves me about 170k. Now you might be thinking, well, why wouldn't you just skip Vladimir Guerrero and Freddie Peralta and get Yoenis Cespedes? You could absolutely do that if you want to penny pinch a little bit more. It's just Vladimir Guerrero is really good. Card review of him coming up tomorrow, which is the 16th. So let's talk about Shohei Ohtani. Is he worth it? Let's get right to it. We rate cards on a buy now, wait for sale, or never touch at all rating scale. Shohei Ohtani is incredible, but there's a little bit of a caveat to that. He's pretty good, but his control of his slider, cutter, and curveball are a little bit low, which means he might hang it on you a touch more. So if you're an analog pitcher, you need to focus on getting just late on the meter to keep that ball down and keep it on to the side. If you're a pinpoint pitcher, he's a little bit better to control with, but again, if you miss or screw up your gesture in any facet, you're likely going to hang the ball. So just be a little bit careful. Make sure you start at a little bit more outside, a little bit lower than maybe you would normally do. He's got a good hard fastball, comes in at around 97. I think we were averaging about 97 in the start that we used him in. His splitter was terrific, and playing the fastball with the splitter was a really good combo. And then occasionally I would go to that slider and it would be really, really good. As far as pitch break goes with Ohtani, this is what I was talking about with the splitter slider. They're both maxed out at 99, and if you're able to locate with that slider, it moves a ton and it really comes out looking good when you mix it with that splitter. That splitter has a huge drop, so if you're able to put it underneath the zone after maybe making a good inside fastball pitch, you're able to throw a good splitter to kind of play off of it. It actually does play pretty well. His cutter, just like typically most pitchers do with the cutter, you got to be careful with it to lefties, but otherwise it throws pretty good. His curveball is pretty slow at 74 miles an hour. You can fool somebody from time to time, but it's not a pitch I'd recommend you throw a ton. All right, now let's get to the hitting. Now the only downside to Shohei Ohtani is you cannot sub him in your outfield in order to get yourself a huge outfielder playing the field for you. This is a card with 91 speed. He is somebody I lead off when I pitch with him. Yes, in the video you're going to see I'm actually leading off with Shohei Ohtani, and I actually had a lefty-lefty matchup, 94 125 splits versus lefties, and he hit the ball really well for me. He hit a double. Unfortunately, I got 2 at bats. He actually made the opponent quit. I wanted to get this video ASAP just because I wanted people to understand that this card is a lot of stubs, and yes, you can find better options. His home run derby card is comparable offensively. He's a little bit worse versus lefties, but it is comparable depending on how you look at it. But even from a pitching standpoint, it's a really nice card. And at the end of the day, here's the biggest thing about Ohtani is you're going to probably need him for a huge collection down the line. So if they do another collection, getting Shohei Ohtani is going to be a big step towards that. Same with Mariano Rivera if you don't have him. So this is a card that I think is really worth definitely getting at some point. Now I'd like to see with the program coming out on the 15th when this video drops if he's a little bit cheaper, because he is a little bit expensive. I think right now at 400k overall, even with as good as his debut was for me, I do think it's a wait for sale. If you can pick up some of these all-star game or home run derby cards for a little cheaper, I would do that. But here's the thing, right now, if you're looking at picking up some of these home run derby cards or all-star game cards such as Xander Bogaerts. These cards that are like 5 to 6K right now, and these middle to low tier cards, you need to pick those up right now, because I'm not sure that they'll be any cheaper than they are now. So if you can afford it, that are at least 7,000 stubs or less, it will be totally worth it, because I only see those cards going up in value. But that being said, they could release some more home run derby packs, which would further tank these kind of guys who are currently sitting at about 14,000 at the recording of this video per card. So I do think it's definitely worth that. You also need to complete Team Affinity 3 completely. It really wasn't that hard. The whole thing took me about 4 hours to do, maybe closer to 5. And if you're kind of somebody who doesn't do super well with moments or showdowns, then it might take you about 6 to 7. But I do think it is worth the grind. A lot of these cards are elite level cards. A lot of these cards can play any position. They've got good exit velocities when you use them. They've got great swings. So I think overall the collection program is totally worth doing. So for a quick summary, Shohei Ohtani, he pitches really hard. He's got good speed differentials. The pitch control is a little bit left to desired, but his break is really good, and he can fool hitters at the plate, and he can also hit super good. He had 2 huge hits against a lefty on lefty situation, and I was able to lead him off with 91 speed. But that being said, this Shohei Ohtani is really good. His offense is awesome, and plus, let's be real, this is just a fun card to get. From a fun factor perspective alone, this card is a blast, totally worth picking up. How did you do with Shohei Ohtani? Have you completed the collection? Tell me what you think of this card in the comment section below. Did you have any success with him? I know some people were complaining that the slider hangs up a bit. I could totally see that being a problem, but what did you think of this card? Did you use him? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this review helped you out. Let's go ahead and get to some gameplay footage. I hope you enjoyed. As always, happy hitting. We're doing it. Ohtani's gonna lead off because that's how versatile Ohtani is, okay? Why not? He led off the All-Star game, right? All right, let's take a look at this slider. Oh, Here comes the cutter. Oh yeah, he was looking fastball there. He wasn't even close. All right, we're gonna throw this curveball in the dirt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Slider. Okay, that slider's filthy. It's definitely not a beach ball. He's a little bit tough to use with analog. If you had pinpoint though, and you're good at like doing all the motions, it's probably pretty good. That splitter has had him fooled hard, and now he's gonna take time. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Do it, Steel, I dare you. You're gone. Yeah, no shot, A, that you were hitting that, and B, that you would have made that. All right, Ohtani with the debut. Lefty getting to hit here. Lefty. Let's see how this goes. Haven't seen Hall of Fame. We've just been playing on rookie for the last like 3 hours, chat. So bear with me. Ohtani turning on the lefty. 125 power with 91 speed. Let's go. This is ranked. This is the debut on Hall of Fame. Yikes. So there's no way to get Ohtani into a game unless he's pitching. Oh, that sucks. It just kind of sucks. I mean, they got to do something about that, right? I mean, come on. How are you going to have a card with that good of hitting splits and then you can only use them once every 5 games? Yeah, the fact that he's not a pinch hit option is kind of a bummer. Okay, dude, I'm not gonna lie though, he's kind of nasty. Like, he's pretty good. He's a good pitcher. Like, I'm really not that mad. The split is disgusting. Like, he hasn't even seen this split. Look at that. I mean, he has not even been close to that split yet. And the slider has been surprisingly good. Look at that. That is gross. All right, Ohtani, another at bat here. He's just not giving me anything to hit now. He's scared, dude. Ohtani, stop it. Ohtani off the wall, dude. This card is cracked. He's gonna quit, dude. This guy's gonna quit, dude. Ohtani making people quit. I was late on that fastball. Lefty, and he hit the wall with ease.